In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an OpenCode agent that can listen for new GitHub issues and automatically create a PR. To get started, you can create a free account on noclick.com, and when you do, you will see this screen. If you don't, you can always click on Workflows and click on New Workflow. I'm just going to click on the one I have, and from here, the next step is to add an agent. To add an agent, you can click on the plus button on the top right that says Add Node. And when you click on it, you'll be able to search for various agents. For example, you can search for Cloud Code, Codex by OpenAI, Hermes, OpenClaw, or OpenCode. We're going to go with OpenCode for this workflow because it's going to involve creating draft PRs on GitHub. So I've added the OpenCode agent, and the next step is to give it access to the GitHub repository where we want to open the PR. To do that, I'm just going to double click on OpenCode to open its config in full screen, and you can see there is a button called Add Tool here. When I click on it, there's a pop-up that gives me access to over 150 different integrations, but we want GitHub for this one, so I'll just search for GitHub. And you can see there is a button here to connect my GitHub account. I'll just click on it to connect my account. So my GitHub account has been connected successfully, and the next step is to add a repository. You can see there is an option for mounting repositories. So when I click on Add Repository, it shows me all the different repositories I have. I'm just going to click on the sandbox repository I have. You can also give it access to various tools that you have here just by clicking on any tool. So if I want to give it access to get information about a repository, I can just click on this, or any of the other tools that I want the agent to have access to. And you can do this for any integration. And we also want to trigger this workflow somehow. And for this workflow, I'm going to trigger it whenever an issue is created on GitHub. So to add a trigger, you can click on this button that says Add Trigger, and I'll search for GitHub again. And I want to open a draft PR whenever a GitHub issue is open. So I'll select On Issue Open. And it already has my credentials, so I only have to fill out the repository. And I will select the same repository I selected for the agent to have access to. And the only other things remaining is adding credentials and a message. So let's get started with adding a credential. You can click on Connect with API key and add your OpenCode API key. I have already done that, so I'm just going to select it from the dropdown. And now we also have to fill out a message. And in the message, I'm just going to say, take a look at the issue and open a draft here. That's pretty much all we need to do. The workflow is fully hooked up, and we can start testing this out. So this is the sandbox repository that we just connected the workflow to. And if I go to issues, I can create a new issue that says, so I'm going to create an issue with this content, and let's see if the workflow works. And the workflow should be triggered any moment now. And you can see over here that we've already spun up a sandbox for OpenCode, and you don't have to manage any of the infra on how to mount a repository or how to run OpenCode or how to spin up a sandbox. It's all done for you. So it took about 40 seconds for it to open this PR, and it seems like the agent has opened it at this link. Add test.md5 closes issue 111. And let's look at the files changed, and you can see it added the text that we wanted it to add. So you can create workflows of any complexity with any of the 150 integrations we have. And everything is managed for you. You don't have to think about the underlying infrastructure. If you have any questions, feel free to join our community and ask a question in the support channel. If not, hope you enjoy the product and have a good day or good night wherever you are.